everyone. As we all know, our actions has positive and negative effects, such as if I punch someone in the face, they're probably going to punch me back, or if I plant a seed, a flower will grow. The actions we do can be very important to our environment as well. I will be talking about sustainability, how to have a sustainable lifestyle. First, I will explain why a sustainable lifestyle is important. Next, I will explain how you can make the switch. Finally, I will talk about how you can encourage others around you. When we hear people talk about living a sustainable lifestyle, do we really know what it means? Living a sustainable lifestyle is important because it not only helps you, but it helps the environment as well. The Environmental Protection Agency defines sustainability as everything that we need for our survival and well-being, either directly or indirectly on our natural environment. To pursue sustainability is to create and maintain the conditions under which humans and nature can exist. So then what happens if we don't follow this sustainability? What if we go use our resources and we just use them all up? If we use up our natural resources, it harms wildlife, our life, and our environment. For example, if I go down into a forest and I cut down all the trees, it's going to leave the animals with no habitat and no plant species, so it's going to cause it's going to affect our food source because those plants and animals are our food source, and this will also have an effect on the environment as well. Another example is the depletion of groundwater, which can cause sinkholes, which we've been hearing about all the time in the news nowadays. According to Holly Schaefer, other issues of not protecting our environment include temperature increase, change in precipitation patterns, droughts, heat waves, and many more. So then what are some ways that we can help our environment and help to live a sustainable life? There are many ways in which we can help our environment. Even just by changing simple aspects in your daily life is perfect. You can do this by switching to a sustainable lifestyle and regulating the amount of resources we use. For example, water is one of the resources that we need to regulate. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, the average American family uses more than 300 gallons of water per day at home. Roughly 70% of this occurs indoors. What are some ways that we can help reduce this amount of water that we're using? One way is to understand our water bill, because it shows us how much we're spending on the water and how much it allows us to help regulate ourselves. Some ways that we can regulate ourselves is to turn off the water when we're brushing our teeth, taking a shower instead of a long bath, and when we're washing cars, to have a valve on the end of the hose so the water isn't just going away while we're scrubbing our cars waiting. Some other methods to a more sustainable life is to start a compost. Not only does it help our environment, but also reduces the amount of garbage we have. According to the denvergov.org, by signing up for compost collections, you can reduce the amount of waste you throw away by as much as 50 to 75%. Some communities don't have this, just like mine doesn't have this, but there are other methods as well that you can do. For example, one local one is at the Easton Farmers Market on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. They have an area where you can bring your compost and you can dump it into a bin and they collect it. They're even having a contest with it. So whoever brings the most compost material, they're giving them $100 by the end of the year. They're gonna check your name off, and they'll do that. You can find more of the information at the farmersmarket.com website. Another pro about having a compost is you're gonna save money because you're not gonna use as many trash bags, and also the environment loves it. So the worms and all of the other insects and bugs, they use the compost for a living, and they use it for food, and they help decompost it. I have a compost at home, and it does not require much maintenance at all. I put my veggies, eggshells, coffee grinds, and leaves into it, and then every once in a while just mix it up. After understanding and having knowledge about the importance of a sustainable lifestyle, it is also important to expand your knowledge to others. Just as expanding the idea of a compost collection, you can start this in your community by talking to others. You can expand that idea as well. Also, encouraging others through the internet is a great way to get more of a global outreach to others. Also, teaching future generations about sustainability is a really productive idea because they're the ones that will be affected by this. According to Megan H. from permaculturenews.org, teaching our children about sustainability is about much more than nagging them to turn off lights or preaching about the gallons of water being wasted by an hour-long shower. It's about demonstrating what a holistic approach to sustainable living actually means. And in her blog, she talks about why it's important to tell your kids why and explain why instead of just saying, don't do this, because they won't do it then. Another thing that you can do is visit your local state parks, because it can allow you to become more connected with the environment. They hold informative sessions to teach the public about local wildlife. This can help individuals to become more interested in trying to live a sustainable lifestyle. Now that you have a better understanding of what a sustainable lifestyle means and briefly learning about how to achieve one, I hope you do your own research about finding methods that work for you. Thank you.